Morning. Hi, grade one. How are you? Are you okay? Today we will make revision for chapter 13 and 15. Please open page 735 and write the date 8/4/2020. The objectives for today, they will be able to tell time to the hour and half hour. Do you remember? And they will be able to divide shapes into 2 or 4 equal shapes. Okay? Now I will start with video about the time. Okay, remember with me.
Ping pong.
Time to get up! Wake up!
Tickle, tickle, ting-a-ling, tickle, tickle, ting-a-ling. What's that time? What's that time?
The shorthand is at 8, the longhand is at 12. It's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock.
Time for lunch! I'm hungry!
Growling, rumbling, growling, rumbling. What's that time? What's that time?
The shorthand is at 12, the longhand is at 12. It's 12 o'clock.
It's 12 o'clock.
Time to play! Let's go outside!
What's that time? What's that time?
The shorthand is at 4, the longhand is at 12. It's 4 o'clock.
It's 4 o'clock.
Time for bed. Good night, Mommy. Good night, Daddy. What's the time? What's the time?
The shorthand is at 8, the longhand is at 12. It's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock.
Okay. Now, can you answer with me the questions? Yes. Here, do you remember the hour hand and the minute hand? Do you remember? The short hand for the hour hand, excellent. And the long hand for a minute hand, excellent. So here, the hour hand on 8 and the long hand or the minute hand on 12. So what is the time? We say 8 o'clock. When the minute hand pointing to 12, we say 8 o'clock. Okay? Okay, so here, example number 1. Draw the hour hand and the minute hand to show the time. Here, we will draw the hour hand and the minute hand. Can you do it? Yes. So I will give you 1 minute to do. Start. Okay. Now here, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. We say when we say o'clock, so the long hand or the minute hand pointing to 12, and here 3, so the hour hand pointing to 3. Okay, and the minute hand pointing to 12. Okay. Number 2, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. So the hour hand pointing to 11. Excellent. And the minute hand pointing to 12. Why? Because here o'clock. Okay. Now here. Do you remember the digital clock? Here just we will write the time in another way, okay? In another way. Here, what time does the clock show? Here, 5 shows the hour. 5 here shows the hour. And 2 zeros here shows what? The minutes. Excellent. Okay, so 5 for hour and 2 zeros, the minutes. Okay, so here 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. When you see 2 zeros, so that we will write o'clock. O'clock, so the minute hand pointing to 12. So here 5 o'clock. Okay, write the time shown on each clock. Here 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. So what is the time here? 6. Excellent. Here 10 and 2 zeros. So what is the time? What we say? We say 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Okay. Now we are here. And we learned the half hour. Half hour. What time do the clocks show? Here we say 8:30. We say 8:30 or 8:30. So here 8:30 means 30 minutes after the hour. Okay? So here when the long hand or the minute hand pointing to 6, we write here in the minute 30. We write 30. Okay? So here again, when the minute hand pointing to 6, we write 30. We write 30. Okay? And how we read? We say 8:30. 8:30, for example, here 8. 8:30. Okay? Now here, write the time shown on each clock. Here 7:30. 7:30. So here the hour hand pointing to 7. But the minute hand, because here 30, the minute hand pointing to 6. Excellent. So here 8:30, what? 7 we said. Okay? Or 7:30. Okay, can you do number 6 by yourself? Yeah, you can. Do it, please. I will give you 1 minute. Finished? Good. Now here. Half past what? Where is the hour hand? Look, the hour hand between 2 and 3. Between 2 and 3. So here 2. So that hour hand we say 2. Half past 2. Okay. Or 2:30. Okay. Now we will revise chapter 15, but before, listen to this video.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You're in session with Mr. Clark. Everybody say, I can. Identify halves and fourths. All right, here we go. All right, halves is anything that's partitioned into 2 equal pieces. Now, partition is just a fancy word for cut or sliced into 2 equal pieces. So here you see some examples. Now notice it doesn't matter which way you partition a piece as long as both parts are equal. So which of these are halves? Which ones have been cut into 2 equal pieces? Here we see this one. This one's cut into halves. And this one. Now the others aren't halves because they're not 2 equal pieces. Now this one is not halves because although they're equal pieces, there's 4 of them, so that's not halves. This one, not all of them are equal pieces and there's more than 2 pieces. And this last one has 2 pieces but they're not equal, so it's not a half either. So that was halves. Now let's look at what fourths are. Fourths, which are also called quarters, is when something is partitioned into 4 equal pieces. All right, so just like we say it takes 4 quarters to make $1, that's the same thing as a fourth. So anything that's cut into 4 equal pieces is called a fourth or a quarter. All right, so let's look at some examples. Which of these are fourths or quarters? So in your head, try to look at these and see which ones are cut into 4 equal pieces, meaning the pieces have to be the exact same size. So here we go. These ones over here are not fourths, because although they have 4 pieces, they're not the same size pieces, so they're not fourths or quarters as we call them. But these ones over here on the other side are all fourths or quarters because they have 4 equal pieces. So to sum it all up, halves is when something is partitioned into 2 equal parts. And our other words for today were fourths or quarters, and that's when something is cut up or partitioned into 4 equal parts. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. Peace out.
Created using Powtoon.
Okay. Now, we will start in chapter 15. Okay, here you can divide a whole into shapes. Do you remember the shapes? And when you divide the shapes into halves or into fourths, do you remember? Okay, so here, what is this shape? Circle. Okay, into how many shares this circle divided? Into 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these shares are equal? Yes, equal. So here we have 4 equal shares. Okay, this shape, okay, into how many shares? Into 1, 2, 3. Okay, are equals? No, so here no equal shares, so 0 equal shares. Okay, now here we will write the number of equal shares in each shape. If the shares are not equal, write 0. The first one, into how many shares are divided? Into 2 shares. Okay, are equal? Yes, so how many equal shares? 2 equal share. Here, into how many shares this shape divided? Into 1, 2, 3, and 4. Are equal shares? No, so here how many equal shares? 0. Okay. Now here, you can divide shapes into equal shares. You can describe the shares using the words half or fourth. Okay? Now here, into how many shares this shape divided? Into 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, can you describe the blue share? Yes, what we say? We say 1/4 blue. 1/4 blue. Or we can say 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 is blue. Okay? Or we can say also 1/4. 1/4. Okay? Here, divide and color the shape for each problem. Okay? Now here, number 3. One half green, 1/2 green. The first half. So here we will divide circle into halves. So halves mean 2 equal shares. 2 equal shares. Okay. So the first we will divide. Into 2 equal shares. Again, I will draw it again. Okay. Okay, now we have 2 equal shares. Now 1/2 green. 1/2 green. So we will color one chair with green. Okay. Wait. Okay. Now number 4. 1/4 orange. 1/4 orange. Okay. So here I have the keyword fourth. So we will divide this shape into fourths. Okay. So here. Fourth equal shares. Okay. Now 1/4 orange. So we will color just 1/4 orange. Okay. Color with me, please. Okay. Okay, now we have finished. If you want any question, you can ask me. Okay. Thank you for listening and watching. Goodbye.